Hey kitty, what do Tesla haters usually say about the cars? That they're revolting. Hi, I'm the owner of a perfect Tesla safety score, and I have cracked the code for how to get that score. I've got a lot of friends who have been seeing my Instagram posts over the last 2 weeks of me giving my daily update where I'm still at 100, and I've been getting a lot of questions. How did you do it? Exactly what are you doing to drive carefully? So here are my top 5 ways that I'm doing that, and I've put all this information together in this video. First of all, hopefully to earn your like and subscribe. Secondly, to start a discussion in the comments. If you have any tips or tricks for how you got your score better, please drop a comment below. Number 1, drive in Autopilot as much as you can. Tesla mentions in their details about how this works that any miles you're driving in Autopilot will be considered perfect driving miles. Number 2, when you're taking your turns, go slower than 18 miles an hour. If you're going to be doing a left-hand turn or a right-hand turn, watch your speed and make sure that you're going less than 18 miles an hour. Think of it as if you had someone sitting next to you in the passenger seat and they're holding a hot bowl of soup. If you don't want them to spill that, go gently around corners and your car will never get upset at you and you will get a perfect score just like mine. It's possible that you can go a little faster than 18. I haven't really tested it above 20 miles an hour. I would still keep it below 18 miles an hour just in case. Number 3, never let somebody be right in front of you if you're going faster than 50 miles an hour. Following distance is going to be measured only if you're going faster than 50 miles an hour according to Tesla's details on this. So that means that if you're going faster than 50, you need to make sure there's nobody right in front of you. Don't be tailgating. This is extremely difficult when you're on the freeway because you need to be aware of if somebody cuts you off and they lane change right in front of you, or if you're going to be lane changing to a different lane and there's someone that will be right in front of you in that next lane. So when you're watching this, watch what's ahead of you, but also watch what's going to be ahead of you in the near future too. If someone does get in front of you, it's okay, just slow down and give them space so that you're back to a safe following distance. Tesla, I think they expect that people are going to have to be right behind other cars sometimes. Like if they get cut off, that's not their fault, not their decision. Slow down right away. Understand that you're not supposed to be right behind somebody. The car won't ding you if you're less than about 20% following distance on average. So if you go above that, then that's when you're gonna start seeing it affect your safety score. My unsafe following distance is about 6%. I still have a 100% score. As for distance, when you're on the freeway, try and keep it at least about 5 car lengths between you and the next person. And on surface streets, if you're going over 50, then try and keep it about at least 3 car lengths between you and the next person. This is just a rough estimate. Another way you can test this is if you're in Autopilot, you're going 50 miles an hour, you can adjust the following distance forwards and backwards to show 3 car lengths, 5 car lengths, and that'll give you an exact detailed estimate of how far away you should be from the next car. Number 4, never slam on your brakes. This is going to be a slightly difficult one if you're having fun driving a fast car. The way I like to do it and get around this is use the hold setting and the standard regen braking setting in your car. If you don't already use these, I highly recommend trying them out, getting used to them, and then letting this be your barometer for safe braking. Your car will automatically slow down every time you relax off your accelerator pedal and regen braking kicks in. If you don't ever use your actual brake pedal and you let your car only do the regenerative braking, you will be fine. Meaning if you're coming up to a red light, let yourself slow down far enough back away from that red light so that your car can coast down to a stop while it's regen braking. I have only used my brake once coming to a stop before a red light in the last 2 weeks, and that one time I had to use it because regen braking wasn't slowing me fast enough. The guy in front of me had slammed on his brakes and it was a big SUV. I couldn't see in front of him, so I had to slam on my brakes too. The fault was still mine because I was following too closely to him, and I ended up getting my first 99 day instead of 100 day. Fortunately for me, it's an average over those 2 weeks that the car records, so I'm still at 100, but that was my first ever mistake for braking distance. Same thing, imagine that someone next to you is holding a bowl of soup, and if you're slamming on the brakes too hard and there's a chance of them spilling that hot soup all over themselves, you're probably braking too hard. Number 5, pay attention to the road. This one I had to go on to Tesla forums and find some answers and ask some other people about, but it would appear that not too long ago, Tesla just activated the tiny little camera above the rear mirror in the front of the car that would be watching the face of the driver. And so what it's doing now is it's watching if your eyes are attentive on the road, or if they're looking downward, or maybe distracted by your phone, or wherever else your eyes might be, the car will know now. And so what Tesla has started doing is the autopilot alerts, instead of blinking first with a blue flasher and giving you about 15 seconds to react. Now that sometimes they'll skip that and go right to the red alert where you have to put your hands on the wheel, otherwise it will shut off. If you get 3 of those red alerts, the car will forcibly disengage autopilot and you'll be banned from using it until your drive is over. The car monitors how many times this happens, and that's part of your safety score. So if you don't want that to happen, keep your eyes on the road even while you're in autopilot. This is stricter than autopilot used to be, and unfortunately, it's just one of the rules we have to get used to now. These are the top 5 things that I'm doing to stay safe in my driving, and so far it's working. I'm at a perfect 100%. Stay tuned to this channel, subscribe, and I hopefully will be one of the first people to get full self-driving beta. Also, check out my video up here on the first ever Tesla Model S Plaid delivered in Las Vegas. And thank you to everybody that shared this video. It's my first one that broke 100,000 views, and that's a really exciting thing as a YouTube creator. So seriously, thank you. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if these tips and tricks helped you and if you have more. I'd love to start this discussion and get more people out there with full self-driving beta in their hands. Thank you sincerely for watching.